To begin with, please get nice and comfortable so that you can complete this meditation without any distractions, such as your body moving around or a phone making noise nearby. You want to be nice and relaxed for the duration of the time that I'm talking to you in order for old energy to be let go of by your psyche. So please just take a moment to make sure that you will not be disturbed and that you have a comfortable place to rest so that your mind can go into an alpha state of relaxation. And when you're ready to, please continue listening to this recording. I want you to now close your eyes and find a gentle breathing pattern to follow, where you're taking nice deep breaths in through your nostrils and then letting the breath go again in the same way. Simply breathe in through your nose, feeling the coolness of the air as it passes through your nostrils, and then slowly let that breath go again, feeling the warmer sensation as you do so. Breathe in again only through your nose, sensing the cool air coming into your body, and then slowly let that breath go again, recognizing how much warmer the air is when it is released from your physical body. Take a nice slow breath in, feeling the coolness in your nostrils, and then let the breath go again, sensing the warm air exiting your body. Breathe in nice and slowly the cool, crisp air, and then let that air go again that has now been warmed inside of the body. Once again, take a nice deep breath into your lungs, filling your nostrils with cool, fresh air, and surrender that breath outwards, sensing the warmth in your nose as you do so. Breathing in this way will help you to steady your mind and keep it calm for the duration of this meditation. So anytime that you feel yourself drifting off from concentrating fully, just remember to focus on the air coming in and out of your nose, and you will find that you come back to being better at staying with what I'm saying to you. You only need to listen while breathing in a rhythmic pattern, and your mind will automatically stay in a peaceful state where it eventually finds itself letting go of old energy. Just breathe in the ways that I have taught you, by you concentrating on the cool air coming into you while the warmed air is sent out of you, and you will find that no matter what, you will get something out of this meditation. When you breathe in this way, you tell yourself that you are nice and calm and that nothing is bothering you right now, which makes all of your nervous system slow down its pace of doing things. And when the mind's psyche recognizes that this is going on, it is more and more willing to surrender old energetic waste from the body. The psyche is what controls all release that occurs in the physical form, because it is something of a guardian of the immune system, where it wants to always have enough chi within the body to help a person to defend themselves against any kind of symptom or response that is being had by the biology. The psyche preserves energy in a way where if the body is sick, for example, then it will hold off on evolving that person's all with the use of the chi system until they feel better again. That way, when it comes to flushing the body of bugs and viruses, etc., it has enough energy of chi to make this happen. The psyche controls every aspect of healing that goes on mentally, energetically, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and in every way possible, due to it being its job to always assess what is the most important task to achieve when it comes to evolving that person's all. When the psyche is stimulated in a negative way, it clams up and it shuts down the chi system until that trigger is no longer bothering that person anymore. That way, when the trouble is over with, that individual has ample energy resources available to them to help them to get over shock, or to flee from danger, or to recover mentally from whatever went on. However, sometimes the psyche can become tense and rigid in its operations for no reason at all, other than it has become stimulated by an old thought pattern that is floating around in the head in an energetic mass containing memories of the past. An energy form like this could hold images from some kind of trauma. It could contain fears or some type of paranoia experience that this person went through. Or worse still, it could contain a mass of responses to something terrible that happened, which triggers the psyche relentlessly due to all of the negative messages that it holds about that person's past. The psyche responds to all energies contained within the head, even suppressed mass or unknown information from the unconscious, as well as it also listening to dream content if that is stuck somewhere around it due to a shock occurring while that person was sleeping. The psyche is something that pays a great deal of attention to each and every signal that is coming into it via the nerves and the skin's own energetic noise, as well as the auric field also playing a role when it comes to it communicating all of what it is aware of, so that the mind is always responsive in a rightful way. Only this information can sometimes be wrong for the right now of reality, due to it talking about a past experience that stunned that person in some way, where they held on to a clump of old trauma energy instead of them letting it go. The aura can be full of waste material that speaks of a horrible event, as can the skin's own surface area of chi, if that is holding on to old energy as well. Even the nervous system's energetic structure can hold old messages within its entirety if a powerful shock came to that person and they never quite let it go. Whatever it was that made that person feel powerless, or like something bad was about to take place, it can continue resonating in the body on a non-stop basis because of the elements of energetics continuing to vibrate with that traumatic information. This is when dark clouds can form in the mind that contain what that person thought of as a result of them being constantly triggered by old awarenesses. And should any of these dark masses contain an image of threat, or a person's face that intimidates that individual a great deal, then it can corrupt how that person feels about themselves on a moment-to-moment basis. Meaning that all of the clouded thoughts and the old awarenesses from a past time of grief could then dictate to each and every part of them about how powerful they're allowed to be, which can then compromise every single cell in the physical body. The mind controls the will, and the will controls the all. So if the mind believes that this individual is under threat due to a clouded mass speaking of things of a harmful nature, then it can shut down a person's willful energy and make it obsolete, simply because it is being told that something bad is going on by a mass of cloudy thoughts. The brain will also be affected in a negative way, where it finds it hard to concentrate on one thing at a time, because it too is being told to watch out for danger, even when there is none around. This makes it question the validity of what it is being told by the hyper-reactive mind, and over time it will learn to disassociate its connection to the concentration in order for it to not be bothered by all of the noise that is coming into it non-stop from a frantic mind that is trying to work out what the problem is. The mind needs to be calmed down with rhythmic breathing patterns so that it knows that all is well in that person's world, and it lets go of the idea that it is somehow under threat. Then it can clearly see that no trauma is really going on. It is just being triggered by a cloudy mass of old memories that are sitting within the head. When the mind is panicked, it cannot assess what is going on accurately anymore, because it is always running here and there trying to put out fires that don't actually need extinguishing, because an old time of life is talking to it, not the present moment. When the mind is always believing that something bad could occur, it runs out of energy easily due to it constantly searching for solutions to problems that don't really exist. This then taxes the chi system of all of its vital nutrition in the form of its energy of chi, which then makes tightness and tension manifest within the body. A person needs abundant chi resources available to them in order for them to let go effectively of all of what occurs each day on a level of mental behavior, so that when that person wakes up the next day, all moments before that one are not sitting in the conscious mind waiting to be assessed. This is what can happen when a person is using up a lot of chi fighting off things of an imaginary kind. It can make them go over all of the yesterdays that they have ever had without them recognizing that this is not a healthy thing for them to do. And when this person has done this for long enough, a new pattern of thought emerges that tells the mind, this is how I now think, so continue to think in this backwards direction of thought. This makes that individual unable to focus on all of the good things in their life in a way where they comprehend who they are in the now time of reality, because subconsciously they are always aware of themselves as someone else who existed some time ago. All of this is caused by an unruly mind that is being bothered by old mass that speaks of some kind of traumatic event that made this person feel in a way where they shut down their knowingness of self. Meaning that in order for the psyche to lock up the immune system and for all of the chi in the body to become restricted, a person just needs to be stimulated in a negative way by a memory mass that speaks of them being shocked severely or hurt a great deal, or them being reminded of something painful where they lost all of their power. This is because the psyche will clam up and turn off all of its responses to what is going on in the hopes of it conserving enough energy so that when the frightening ordeal is over with, it can restart the system of chi in order to help that person out of danger. Only while it is not doing all that it could do energetically, it can prevent any of the old chi of experience from leaving the body, due to it restricting the flow of life material in that moment of shock. This causes a mass to get left behind in an unprocessed fashion, which then stimulates the mind in a negative way. Over time, clouds of thought form within the head connected to that past event, which then impacts the mind's choices each day, as well as the beliefs that this person holds about their safety. This is why this meditation was designed, to help people to let go of the clouds within their head, so that their mind can refocus its attention on ridding the body of all of the waste material that it held on to in a moment of shock. It takes a clear mind that is focusing correctly in order for wasteful matter to be located and moved on from where it is expressing itself, which is why very shortly you will begin to dissipate all of the clouded matter within your head, so that your mind can begin to do the work that it normally does with ease, only it stopped doing this some time ago because it was boggled by a trauma taking place. When clouds form, it is easy for the mind to ignore them in a way where it does not see the importance of breaking down their mass, due to it running around relentlessly searching for whatever is making it feel fearful. However, if it actually paid attention to what the clouds contained in the form of old energy of thought, then it would find a solution to the problem that it's having with being frantic all of the time. All that your mind needs to do is to look up to where an energy is being held that is mixed and confused about what it is, and is giving off a signature akin to static on a TV, due to it not wanting to communicate with the allness of your being. This cloud can speak of one trauma or many, as well as it also showing the mind pictures in the form of memories of harm, or faces of predatory people, or the compromising situations that this person has been in their past. Or it could contain some kind of issue that this person has been facing, where they were up against something that pained them a great deal. The cloud talks of trauma only. It does not say nice things or anything helpful or loving at all. So do not be fooled into thinking that it does, because this can happen if your mind was boggled or deluded at the time that a trauma took place. Instead, allow your mind to see exactly what is contained within the cloud of old energy, and let it recognize exactly when it was created and how, so that it easily breaks down this mass of old thought by it knowing that this time of your past is over with. All that it takes for you to do this is calm breathing patterns, as well as a steady mind that is concentrating only on what is going on right now as my voice is talking to you. All that you have to do is to continue to breathe in and out, focusing on how the air feels in your nostrils, and then your nervous system will keep sending out signatures of a relaxed kind into your brain and your psyche, which then allows your mind to know that now is the perfect time for you to let go of your past. Each breath that you take helps you to dissipate the cloud and make it less of itself, by you knowing exactly what moment you exist in right now as you are meditating. This particular moment that you are in is unique to any other, because all of your biology has evolved countless times since a tragedy struck, or a trauma came about, or since a time when you were shocked into a mindless state. So allow this powerful truth to encourage you to keep breaking down the clouds within your head until none of them exist. It is only thought energy that creates each cloud, and once they are gone, you will have more energy available to you, simply because you no longer believe the same things that you once did at a time of something bad going on. Restrictions can be let go of, as well as old fears and phobias, when you surrender to the idea that you are in fact okay, and that you are indeed well and able and enjoying the life that you are living. A lot of old wounds can be let go of, as well as expressions of self that are abnormal for the moment that you are in, when you remove clouded energy that confuses your mind. Simply breathing and becoming aware of yourself in a way where all of your body is calm tells your mind that it should no longer freak out that something bad could happen. And in doing so, the mind learns to trust again and to settle down its thoughts, which then creates relaxation in the body. When the mind is stilled with meditative thought, a lot of good can come about, as it teaches the mind that it is safe when maybe it believed otherwise. All that you have to do is breathe with your focus being on the air coming in and out of your nostrils, and then your mind sees clearly what it needs to do to help you to be more peaceful. It does this by it no longer looking for problems, and instead it is stilled into calm, and once it feels relief, it wakes up to the idea that an old time of life is no longer happening, and it immediately surrenders its waste. The mind only needs calm thought patterns brought on by the breath being rhythmic and slow, and then it can better assess where it is at and what is going on. This then creates changes in what it believes to be true, and when this takes place, a lot of boggy and old energy held within the body can be let go of, because the mind is no longer convinced that it needs to know this old information. Instead, it recognizes that it has been confused for a while now, and it clearly sees that it has been doing the wrong thing, and it pushes away from itself all of what it believed before in the form of old energy of thought, and it comes to be refreshed by the now that exists in the reality realm. It does this by the conscious awareness changing once it has kicked out old mass that comes from a time of trauma, and in doing such, the mind welcomes in a new knowingness that speaks of the current moment in time. Some people block the now without them realizing it, due to a startle making them fear for their well-being. And should this have happened to you, then you can know right now in this moment that you are allowing the truth of your all to come into your mind again due to relaxed thoughts filling your being. This means that if you are someone who once clammed up so strongly that you disassociated your now because some kind of terror went through your system that made you feel powerless in every way, you can now let go of all fears that you felt in that moment of a shocking ordeal affecting you. All that you need is calm breathing patterns and a mind that is focused on recovering by exiting any old thought mass that talks about a painful time in your past. You just need to know that an old time of life is over with and that a new one is going on right now. And then even the most stubborn energy can be let go of by a mind that is willing to change its thoughts to ones of a more empowering kind. By you welcoming new energy of chi into your mind's totality, you help it to grow an awareness of now that is completely different to any other now that you have ever been a part of. And when this new knowingness comes to be a part of your mind's all, it fixes every broken thought and it heals all of your corrupted ideas about self, and it changes all of your perceptions to ones of a rightful kind that are based on the nowness of your reality. And most importantly, this new conscious awareness tells you to surrender each and every fragment of what you told yourself in a moment of shock so that you never think that way again. This allows you to then let go of any pictures that you hold in your psychology and any images of what went on, any video-like footage that you recorded with your eyes, and any kinds of photography that you visualized at the time of you being frightened for your well-being. It also tells you to go in search of any cloud-creating mess that you held on to when you became paralyzed by fear or shocked into a mindless state of response, so that you no longer see yourself as the person that you were when something bad was happening to you. This consciousness of now that is resonating in your thoughts tells you to know yourself differently, both in your psyche and in your mind's totality, so that you rid yourself of all cloudy mass that has built up since the time of a tragedy entering your life. And this makes you think new thoughts over and over again until you recognize who you are and where you are at on a timeline of energy that represents your truth, so that you dump out of your being all wasteful knowingness that speaks to you about your past. When your mind recognizes that this is what it is doing, it quickly lets go of any harmful truths or reality information that is hard for it to know, so that it does not think of it again, which helps it to become more powerfully aware of the present moment. And when this hard truth or painful experience information has been forced away from where the mind thinks empowering thoughts into creation, you know yourself differently as a conscious being, meaning that you have just now realized on a level of conscious thought that you are no longer living a life that involves a shock being a part of it, and instead you clearly see the current moment where you are peaceful and sure of yourself and abundantly nowful on a level of chi. This makes you more confident and able to assert yourself in a new way, where an old time of life no longer dictates to your happiness, and instead you feel good about the progress that you have made that has brought you to your now. This is what needs to happen in order for a release of old to occur in every part of you that is energetic, so that you no longer hold on to a truth that once made you feel terrible about yourself. You are now seeing yourself differently, with the help of a new knowingness of self coming to you through your mind engaging with meditative thought. And due to you holding no resistance within you when it comes to you wanting to change your life for the better, you easily let go of all thoughts of your past. Right now, as you are listening to this meditation, you are allowing yourself to grow from pain and grief and sad times that made you not like yourself very much. You are healing from traumas that took away your ability to love freely and abundantly, both towards yourself and other people. You are letting yourself be open to the idea that you can now welcome more health energy into your body, because you are no longer holding on to remorse or regret or self-hatred, as you have learnt something new about yourself right now while you were meditating. This means that as you breathe new life into your body, by you focusing on the words that I am saying to you, you allow yourself the opportunity to purge from your being all of the old thoughts that you've ever had that brought you to a point of surrender. And if you are someone who once hated themselves immensely due to what was going on around you, causing self-blame to become a problem for you, then you can now let go of all of the painful remembrances that you had and all of the self-punishing beliefs that came about and all of the tragic energies that you took on as a result of you feeling like you were to blame for whatever scenario was playing out at the time. You can now release yourself from all of what you once thought of while something bad was going on, simply by you knowing that right now you are having a new moment in time that is filled with positive thoughts that say that you are healing from your past. All that you need to do is be mindful in the right way, where you are calm and breathing deeply with no stress in your mind. And then you can tell yourself empowering things to think of, such as, I am ready to move on from a time where I stood still in shock. Knowing this truth right now helps to free you from low vibration thought patterns and thoughts that are controlling and domineering or obsessive, as well as you being able to free yourself of all belief patterns that state the same thing over and over again, so that you no longer tell yourself to remain stuck in the same place mentally without you realizing it. All of what you are telling yourself right now is positive and uplifting and enlightening, and it frees you from feeling all of the old energies within you that talk about a past time of life. And this helps old mass of a cloudy, muggy, pollutive, illusionary, confusing, bewildering, shocking, or painful kind move out of the body with ease, just by you knowing how relaxed you are in this very moment. Visualize yourself becoming freed of any energy that you are aware of where the body is tight or tense or blocked by you sensing this right now in your mind. Do not worry if you believe that you cannot know this information, because it is happening automatically and without any of your effort at all. Just give yourself permission to tune into where your trouble areas are and where old traumas are hiding in your body, and let your powerful mind go in search of a solution. Sometimes backed up energy can be a problem, or some kind of shutdown response that has not found its way out of your physical form. Or you could even hold a kind of helplessness within you, due to you not being able to take action in your past for one reason or another. Whatever it is, you can let your mind know this as it scans your body for what is causing this issue with release taking place. And when it finds what it is looking for, it immediately does what it needs to rid you of this old worry from a time of you not knowing what to do. All of your body responds in a powerful way where it decides to bring more fresh chi into that area where the stuck energy is being held, which helps it to break down and pull apart whatever has become unmovable due to its mass being one of a solid kind. Do not think yourself unable to do this, because it is a natural response of the mind to want to do this, as it is its job to keep the body healthy and moving the old chi out, while bringing more in to then replace anything that was speaking of the past. This is how people evolve themselves, and they move on in a way where they express themselves differently. So do not think that this will not happen for you, because you've been doing it since the day that you were born. Just breathe in and out with a calm and rhythmic pace, keeping your mind in a relaxed state, and it will naturally want to help you in this moment to know something new, so that old energy can be purged from your physical being. All it takes is you breathing in and out, recognizing the air in your nostrils, because this signals to your mind that you are pulling fresh energy into you and breathing old air out. So it remembers to copy this pattern of thought, and it adapts to the idea that new comes in while old goes out, and it rids the body of the past in the process. The mind just needs to recognize that this makes it happy and powerful due to it creating a change in the conscious awareness, and then it willingly keeps doing this over and over again until only fresh new chi exists in the head. This is when it becomes alerted to anything that was tricking it or holding at bay some kind of hidden mass that it did not know about, so that it swiftly exit this old energy as well, without it paying any attention to it. Sometimes the mind can be convinced that something is not there when it is on a level of thought, due to it blanking out its awarenesses in a moment of shock, which causes it to then not look at something that is held within the head energetically. This can cause a lot of problems for the awareness states becoming muddled up in a way where the mind cannot tell if it is present or unconscious or dreaming what it knows. So it can daydream a lot or concentrate on the wrong things, simply because it has lost its ability to focus on the here and now. If you are someone who has issues with your mind wandering all of the time, in a way where you find concentrating hard for you, then take a moment to ask yourself, why is this happening for me? And see what your mind has to say to you about whatever is going on. It only takes a split second for a response to come to you. And you may not know this in your conscious thoughts if what is causing the issue is particularly troubling. Just allow your mind to inquire with the body's allness and take action without any part of you believing that you need to do something more, because meditative thoughts are flowing through your being. All that you need to do is breathe in and out peacefully, calming your mind as you do so, and its intelligence will do the rest. Your mind knows exactly what the problem is, as well as how to deal with it, and that is by it welcoming more and more chi into your body until a clump of old truth is broken down and made obsolete. It only takes you trusting in this process of exchange that the mind does naturally and without any effort at all, because it is copying the rhythmic pace of the air coming into your body and then going out again. It sees how to pull fresh energy into the lungs so that all of the center of your being is revitalized. And when it does so, all of the old energy of breath is removed, along with whatever harmful thought chi is stuck within your body. The breath carries out of you anything that you once believed at a moment of powerless behavior, and what comes into you is an airy substance of chi that tells every part of you where you are at in time, as well as where you are situated on the planet, and even what is around you on a level of the energy of Earth, so that no part of you believes otherwise. This makes you aware in a unique way, where you know if anyone harmful is around you, or if your situation has changed in a positive way, as well as you also recognizing if you are in a time of life where bad things are happening, or if you have evolved beyond that point of trauma. And right now, you are seeing clearly exactly who you have become as a result of all actions taken by you to improve the world that you live in. So that should you need to, you can tell yourself that an old time of things being much harder for you is over with, and all that exists right now is an evolutionary moment of new thoughts penetrating your brain. Breathe this new awareness into you with nice deep breaths, pulling fresh air into your lungs, and then slowly let that air go again as you release all that is old out of your being. Take another deep breath into you, filling yourself with fresh air, and then slowly breathe out again, surrendering all of the past that is within you. Draw another big deep breath into your body, filling up your lungs with the air that is full of fresh new energy. And then breathe out again, purging all of your old knowingness of self. This time, as you breathe in, imagine your whole body filling up with new energy. And as you breathe out again, you see all of the old air from your body's entirety empty and come to be outside of you. Take another big breath into the wholeness of who you are. And then breathe out, ridding yourself of all of the past that is inside of you. Breathe in one more time, filling all of your being with fresh new air, your auric field included, and then surrender that breath, exiting all of the old chi from every part of you that is both physical and energetic. I would like you to now become more presently aware again by you telling yourself that you are concluding this meditation and that you are coming back to a state of consciousness that belongs to the here and now. Keep breathing as you tell yourself that you are now in all of your mind's faculties of thoughts, and that you are thankful and grateful for all of what you have just learned about yourself today on a level of resilience and strength. Keep breathing as you tell yourself to wake up to the now that you exist in. And when you are ready to, you can open your eyes and enjoy the present moment. Give your body a gentle stretch and move your fingers and toes. I want to thank you all for taking the time to do this healing meditation, and I hope that you let me know in the comments section how you enjoyed it, because this makes me really happy. If you've found this helpful or healing in some way, then please share this meditation with others so that more people can be relieved of the effects of trauma.